it's opening day of the 2007 late muzzleloader season here in Iowa. Hunting with my good buddy Joe Loomis. Just got in the blind. We already saw a yearling and a 2.5-year-old buck. Ideal weather conditions, hunting over a standing cornfield. Got about 6 to 8 inches of snow on the ground. I'd like to tell you more, but that buck is eating corn right here, so I don't want to spook him. Sit back, watch, and enjoy what happens next. You're watching In Pursuit TV.
Like I said, Lance and I were in the blind only a short time when that first buck showed up. And we're not sitting there very much longer when another buck appears on the scene. But this one is much bigger.
Big buck. He's coming out of those cedars. There he comes. That's a big deer. There comes another buck out of the corn over here. There's a 2.5-year-old coming out of the corn right here.
As we watch, the 2.5-year-old 8-pointer that came out earlier walks over and starts grooming the bigger buck. This side-by-side comparison clearly shows just how much bigger-bodied the mature buck really is.
Wow, he's grooming that big buck. That's pretty cool. Look at that. It's like maybe 50 yards standing there. He's like a chip shot right there. It's a big old deer. I bet you those two bucks didn't act like that. Like just a couple weeks ago, I bet they didn't act like that towards each other. It's cool.
Now, I'm not going to lie here. I'm wrestling with the decision of whether or not I should shoot the older deer. But two factors keep me from squeezing the trigger. To begin with, it's the very first day of my hunt. And second, I keep thinking about the two big 10-pointers that my buddy Joe Loomis told me he's been seeing almost every day in this same field. In the end, I decide to let the buck walk. Little did I know just how slow things would be over the next 3 days.
It's the last evening of our muzzleloader hunt here in western Iowa. Hunting with my good friend Joe Loomis. It's been slow. Actually, we've seen quite a few deer, but not the number of big bucks we normally do. We're going to sit a box blind in one of his bottom fields overlooking a standing cornfield this afternoon. I've got to get it done today because tomorrow I got Christmas dinner with my relatives, so come on along. You're watching In Pursuit TV.
About an hour after Lance and I get settled, we start seeing deer moving in the timber on the far side of the field.
There's a good buck coming. Nice 10-pointer. I'll let him get out there because he's in the licking branch.
But in reality, it's not a 10-pointer. It's actually the big 9-pointer I passed up on the first afternoon. And he's definitely heading our way.
That's him. That's that 9-pointer. Okay, I'm going to take him right there. I saw him up in those cedars. Well, I haven't pulled off too many misses with the with the Pro Hunter or the Encore or any TC muzzleloader for that matter. But I pulled one off this evening, and that was a great deer. We've got footage of that deer from the first day we hunted, and I passed him and I shouldn't have. We moved to a different spot, and this deer shows up this afternoon, hour and a half before dark. Steps out, it's about 135, 140 yards up here where he was standing when I shot. The only thing I can figure is I got looking at it after I shot, because we looked at the footage and it didn't look like he was hit. And there were some little sticks, tiny sticks, right out in front of the blind. And I think I hit one of those, you know, I think the bullet hit it like 3 feet in front of the barrel. I think that bullet hit one of those little sticks, and who knows where it went. It didn't go in the deer. I mean, we got 4 to 6 inches of snow on the ground. Sometimes that happens. And as far as missing, I'm going to blame it on that stick, as they say. That's my story, and I'm sticking with it. Like I said, I think I might hit a stick right in front of the window. How about 3 of them? These 2, and this one back here. Look at them. All frayed, freshly frayed on the end. It cost me a heck of a deer. They won't do it to anybody else. A little too late, but maybe the next person have a little better experience out of here. Oh boy. Well, what can I say? I missed. A whiff. But it really never should have come to that, because I had that deer out in front of me at 50 yards the first evening and passed him. Especially considering the way he dwarfed that 2.5-year-old, I should have dropped the hammer on him then. But that's not the last we've seen of that buck.
Closed captioning for today's show was provided by Muzzy Broadheads, bad to the bone.